plane crash in Kentucky coming up.
From KTVN, this is 2 News Nevada Evening Edition.
After a brief break from wet weather, more snow and rain showers moved in this morning. I'm Kristen Remington.
I'm Ryan Canaday. Ari is on medical leave. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's take a live look at the chain controls in the higher elevations that are in place right now on Mount Rose Highway, US 50 near Spooner Summit, and on the east and west sides of Lake Tahoe.
Chief Meteorologist Chris Larson is in the Storm Watch Weather Center. All right, Chris, where are we seeing the heaviest rain and snow right now?
Heaviest snow kind of up into the mountains to the west of Reno and over the Lake Tahoe Basin. We have both rain and snow here on the valley floor. Let's start with another live look. This one again on the top of Mount Rose up near Sheep's Flat. And I show you this to give you the idea that you do have some snow cover on some of our higher mountain passes. You get down into the lower elevations, it is primarily just wet roads, but you can clearly make out that trough and that upper level load now with the main part of the load diving down over Southern California tonight, but we get those wraparound showers kind of coming around that low tonight, and that is driving some of that snow shower activity that we have here in the Reno area. So you go south of Reno, you've got a little bit of a rain-snow mix, but as we go through the evening, we'll see those snow levels drop a little bit. We've got rain and snow from Reno through the Washoe Valley down to Carson City and up inside the Lake Tahoe Basin. We are now under a winter weather advisory. That's mainly for areas above 5,000 feet. We're at 45,100 here in the Reno area, and above 5,000 we could see a trace to 2 inches of snow. I think by 10, 11 o'clock the snow is coming to an end and we'll break things up and see more sunshine as we go into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I've got your full forecast coming up.
Thank you, Chris. And to stay on top of the forecasts, rain, snow, or sunshine, download our free 2 News Nevada weather app. It's available for iOS and Android operating systems in your phone's app store. For even more weather coverage, be sure to check out our Nevada Weather to Go page. It's on our website, 2news.com.
Crews in the city of Sparks are cleaning up after a garbage truck fire. This is the third in the last few weeks. It happened on Sparks Boulevard near Henry Orr Parkway. And while the fire is out, debris is in the middle of the road. Southbound Sparks is closed until crews clean up the mess.
In Crime Beat now, a man accused of kidnapping a woman appeared in court today. Today, a judge set a $250,000 bail for Diego Noria. He must also avoid contact with the victim as a condition of his release. As we reported, he's accused of kidnapping a woman last weekend and zip tying her in his truck. She was able to escape and got medical attention with the help of a Good Samaritan. Police are investigating if Noria may have targeted other victims. In case you missed it, the Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating after a car hit and killed a woman in Washoe Valley last night. It happened on I-580 between North Carson Street and East Lake Boulevard. Troopers say the woman was walking on the road when a car hit her. They're still looking into the reason why she was in the road in the first place. Today, the Highway Patrol identified a man who died after a pickup truck hit him in Inkland Village last week. Troopers say 59-year-old Jerry McGuire died on the scene of the crash on November 12th. They say he was in the roadway when the truck hit him. And Highway Patrol says 70-year-old Jeffrey DeDuel of Fallon died after a crash on November 1st on US 50. They say another car rear-ended his and both cars overturned. He passed away a week after the crash.
In Fire Watch now, firefighters continue to work to contain the Pack fire while families in Mono County work to recover. One person said her father told her about the evacuation while she was in class.
He kept calling. I kept texting him that I was in class, just making sure that everything was okay. And about 10 minutes after I sent that text, he just said something along the lines of like, there's a fire or a fire started, I'm evacuating. That's when I left class to call him and make sure everything was okay. And
yeah, she's out of the state studying. She says her father parked on the other side of US 395 near Crowley Lake to get away from the flames, but within minutes he was evacuated from that spot because the fire had jumped the highway. She was raised in Mammoth Lakes and lived in Paradise during the Camp Fire in 2018. She's now studying fashion in New York. The Pack fire is more than 1,900 acres and 96% contained.
The Nevada Legislature adjourned the special session after 10 o'clock last night. The lawmakers did not call sine die without some last-minute drama. Jaden Urban joins us now live in the newsroom. Jaden, it sounds like the final hours of Day 7 were something else.
Yeah, no kidding, Ryan. The two major bills that had everyone talking both failed in its second house, so no film tax credits or limitations on corporate landlords. The Senate also threw in a resolution to enshrine mail-in ballots in the state's constitution just before things wrapped up.
The 36th special session of the Senate of the Legislature of the state of Nevada is adjourned. Sine die.
Day 7 of the special session was nothing short of eventful. The highly contentious film tax credits bill failed. The final vote was 10-8, but it required a constitutional majority to pass. It needed 11 votes to go through.
It was close, I have to tell you. It was very, very, very close. And at the end, with all of the benefits, and there were many, I just couldn't get to a place where I was comfortable with the numbers.
It was a historic session. This was the first time the legislators petitioned to put their own bill on the special session agenda. But the bill trying to limit corporate investors on buying only 1,000 homes a year failed to receive 2/3 majority on the assembly floor after passing out of the Senate unanimously.
We just ran out of time, and so I do look forward to working with the stakeholders during the interim, both houses, both sides of the aisle, so we can get it right. Because nobody wants to get that wrong. The consequences of getting it wrong are just too large.
I think that it is a complete disservice to Nevadans. What we saw today was an historic event where the legislature really exercised its authority again.
Minutes before sine die, the Senate brought out a surprise. They quickly voted in favor of a constitutional amendment to enshrine mail-in ballots in the Constitution. It passed both floors and now needs to pass out of the 2027 legislative session before it would be put on the 2028 ballot. Other notable legislation that passed was the governor's crime bill. It did include an immigration amendment on schools, as well as one to tackle healthcare workforce shortages that includes an amendment that abortion coverage would be excluded. Now, all bills are on the governor's desk awaiting a decision, and there was a lot of discussion and contention before that film tax vote was made on the Senate, and we'll have a deeper look at that coming up at 5 o'clock. Covering the special session, Jaden Urban, 2 News Nevada.